These are the most hated on basketball players we have ever covered. Obviously, we promote them to get love, but we all know the internet can be filled with haters. Let's get to it. Ben Simmons is a 6'10 point guard, and he has the abilities to make him a Hall of Fame player. However, he's gotten some of the most criticism of any NBA player as of late. People don't like that he passes up open shots and sits out games. And what's crazy is, we covered him in high school, and bro could definitely shoot. I think it's all mental with Ben Simmons, and I wish the fans would give him a break sometimes. A role player being hated in the NBA is rare, but Grayson Allen has gotten that title. He made some questionable plays at Duke and in the NBA where you wonder if he did these things on purpose. He comes up frequently on the Hawks when he's giving them buckets. Someone commented on our YouTube, this kid is like the slower, taller version of Julian Newman, also a defensive liability. Mind you, this grown man has never seen Eli play. And his brother Isaac Ellis is the type of player that nags you all game. He knows exactly what to say to get under your skin, and that's why he gets so much hate. People comment stuff like, I don't like this kid at all. This is a classic interaction at the Adidas Championships last summer. These boys were going at it with the toughest team in ATL. Shout out Game Elite. Game Elite ended up getting the win, but it was an amazing game. Zion Williamson was one of the most beloved coming out of high school and into his first year at Duke. Committed to Duke. People hate on him because he's a TikTok star and still goes off in the most elite events. Bro has over 2 million followers on TikTok, and he'll make videos like this and drop 40 on you an hour later. Bronny James has been in the spotlight since he was born, and yet he still rises to every challenge put in front of him. People hate on him because his dad has been terrorizing the league for over 20 years. He really gets unwarranted hate because all he does is hoop. This man doesn't even celebrate after big plays or anything. Super humble kid, and he's going to go crazy at USC next year. It is legitimately Nelson Newman and Cam Wilder's summer. These boys are beloved by so many, but that comes with hate. People were talking crazy. Michi is from Cleveland, Ohio, and he calls himself the Clamp God. And someone said, I've been waiting for my pops to come back from the store for 15 years. Turns out, he's playing high school basketball. Come on, man. The disrespect is unreal. Jordan Poole is a courtside camp alum, and we have been rooting for him since the beginning. When he went to the Warriors, it looked like the perfect situation, and then he even won a chip. But a lot of sources came out and said, even before Draymond attacked him and the Warriors locker room were not getting along. I think he gets a nice fresh start in Washington, and he can be the first option. I'm going to keep it a buck like Antetokounmpo. Julian Newman may be the most hated on this list, and if he's not, he's pretty close. I'm not sure where the tables turn. Really has a lot of haters. After doing research into some of the NBA guys we covered, one of the most frequent quote-unquote most hated was Tyler Hero. Hero is on the Miami Heat and has had a pretty solid 4-year career. However, many opposing fans feel he is too cocky. His brothers get a lot of the same hate. I think the Heroes are just confident people. You have Austin, who just committed to South Carolina, and the youngest brother, Miles, who is going into his junior year at the same high school Tyler Hero got his jersey retired. These boys have been successful, and with success comes confidence. Dior Johnson is self-proclaimed most hated. He even got it tatted on his legs. But I think more than anything, he is misunderstood. People dislike him because he went to 10 different high schools. Successful NBA career. He's only 19 years old. I know it doesn't mean a ton, but he is a Summer League champion. That is a great start to his career. The world's tallest teenager, Olivier Rioux, stands at 7'6", and he's a dominant force in the paint. Haters always complain and say he's too big or he can't move well. I argue that if they were 7'6", they wouldn't be nearly as talented as he is. Olivier has a chance to make it far with basketball. Nia Morant is the little sister of Ja Morant. Ja is always supporting her, but there are so many mean comments on her videos. A lot of the hate comes from having ties to Ja. One YouTube comment said, hopefully she doesn't become a talker without winning anything like her brother and his teammates. People are ridiculous, but I wish nothing but the best for both Nia, and it works. And his teammate, David Ice, is not your average fourth grader. He was attempting dunks a few months ago, and no one believes he's only 10 years old. Some kids grow faster, and I guess Ice is a prime example. Trae Young is on this list solely because the whole state of New York has beef with Ice Trae. Honestly, he's only really hated because of his talent, and he's had some legendary moments where he did that infamous shiver celebration. I wonder how far him and DeJounte Murray can go in Atlanta. Mikey Williams blew up after playing with Bronny James, Gabe Cupps, and the Blue Chips back in middle school. He was the best player on the team and was even labeled the best 14-year-old in the world. A lot of the haters said him and his boys used to imitate the NBA. Good stuff, little homies. And then you had guys like Isaiah Thomas who said, the game is in a bad place with all the extras. Evan Fournier said, shaking my head, we need to set a better example for this new generation. Regardless of how you feel, these kids are 9 years old, and it's not like they're physically harming anyone. They got buckets and had fun celebrating. Shout out Kason Engert and Zion Lancaster. Dylan Brooks was the most hated player in the 2022-23 season. He injured Gary Payton in last year's playoffs. He hit Donovan Mitchell in the groin area, and he said he doesn't like Draymond Green and the Warriors and claimed the Memphis Grizzlies are a dynasty. The list is long, and Brooks' trash talk thought Angel Reese took things too far when she did what Clark did a game earlier. Regardless of what side you were on, Clark and Reese got a lot of hate from this. And at the end of the day, both of them are going to go on to have successful basketball careers. But I had to put them in the video. Our boy Tristan Jazz came to 2 courtside camps and later went on to become a YouTube icon. He garnered a lot of hate along the way. One of the comments on our YouTube read, he is undersized, doesn't have crazy athleticism, his handles are not crazy, and he isn't that great of a passer. Why is he different? While this person is sitting on the couch commenting about him, Tristan Jazz is sitting courtside at Buddy's favorite NBA games. LaMelo and the Ball brothers burst into the national spotlight after their team Chino Hills went undefeated and took out some big name teams. LaMelo, the youngest of the brothers, has had a target on his back since he was in 8th grade. It is something about young people who do well that cause haters to want to see their demise. Same with LiAngelo. People disrespectfully refer to him as the lost Ball brother. And what's crazy is LiAngelo can cook any of them. He is